What's up, everybody? It's your boy TSG. We are doing a sports reaction today on the takeaway from the Suns and Clippers series. Hit the like, share, and sub button if you're new, and let's get into it.
Single game in the NBA in the last half decade since LeBron Game 7 2016 against the Warriors at Oracle. It was the biggest legacy-defining game since then. Said it yesterday. He had the most to gain and the most to lose. Had he lost, wait, another one, CP3, where your team is up and then they collapse, and this time they're up because Cam Payne was running the offense.
That's crazy.
And doing better than you, right? This time they're up because they're 2-0 without you, then you come back and you slow things down and you start to lose. Another collapse. Oh no, you can't be a top 5 point guard. Versus when it mattered most, coming off the best series I'd ever seen him play, and that's saying a lot. When it mattered most, with the chips on the line, Stephen A., the man dropped 41 with
did drop
no
a 40 piece though, y'all. Hold on.
He's on a list. We've all seen the graphic by...
Just to react real quick, he did drop a 40 piece when it mattered most because in a lot of his playoff series, he has not come through, whether he's been hurt or, it's just been a very bad ending. So, shout out to Chris Paul. But let's continue the reaction.
Now, the only players in the history of the game, since they've been tracking these things, the only players in a conference finals to give you 40-plus points with 0 turnovers are Hakeem and MJ and Shaq. That's it. And now Chris Paul. It doesn't get bigger than that. Well, I suppose if it was a Game 7 in the finals. But this is the biggest legacy-defining game since LeBron did just that in 2016.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm just going to take it to a different lane.
I have to say it is.
A couple of weeks ago or so, I said if Chris Paul had won the championship, he's one of the top 5 point guards in the history of basketball. And when I talk point guards, I'm talking about quintessential floor leaders, an extension of the coach on the floor, a person who's an orchestrator, a floor general who runs the team, who knows not just his job, but everybody else's job, and does his best to maximize the potential around him. And when we see CP3, the inordinate amount of playoff games he's participated in, how everywhere he's gone, teams have gotten better with him, worse without him, et cetera, et cetera. Him as a point guard proves it without question in that regard. But it goes
Man,
to
I'm so
an
happy
extra
for Chris
level. I
Paul,
remember
man. That brother's been
former
grinding.
PR guy John Black for the Los Angeles Lakers. Max, you know him. I love John Black. I've known him for many years, and out of the blue, he texted me because he was challenging my assertions about Chris Paul, and then he threw out names like Iverson, Oscar Robertson.
All right, coming. All right, y'all. I'm back.
Robinson, Magic Johnson, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, etc., etc. And I said, I'll go as far as to say this. When you look at CP3, if he were to have a title in his possession, yes, I would put him over Jason Kidd. Yes, I would put him over Steve Nash. And Iverson, I never considered a point guard. I covered him for 10 years. I'm telling you, he wasn't a point guard. He was a scoring machine. And just pound for pound, one of the greatest warriors we've ever seen. But he wasn't a quintessential point guard. And that's what I look at CP3 as being. And so to see him last night come out there and be the floor general that he was. But then...
Hold on, y'all. So what would you rate CP3's performance, everybody? And do you believe the Suns will pull it off. I believe the Suns will pull it off. So I'm gonna drop this reaction soon, and I'll see y'all later. So peace.